Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Angela here today. Got a little project I'd like to share with you, so I hope you're encouraged to follow along. I was inspired today by Julie, the lovely Julie from Camelia Crafts. So thank you, Julie, for the inspiration. And I just thought I would share what I was motivated to put together, and I've got a little bit of a change. Mine's a bit different to Julie's, but I will put the link in the description box for you. She did hers with a 12 by 12 page, and it turned out beautifully and I love it, but I wanted something that I could use on my journal, in my journal, so I have done it with an A4 page. Now it doesn't matter if it's A4 or US letter, we are going to work with an 8 by 11 inch piece of paper. So I will go through that with you now. So I've got a background page here. This is A4, but as I said, use a US letter because I've written some details here on the back. We are going to trim this down to 8 inches wide, which is 20.4 centimeters, so that way, and then 11 inches in length. So it means trimming it down for an A4 to 11 inches and trimming it down for both sizes to 8. So that's what we're going to work with. So let's do that straight away. Let's take the trimmer and do some of that right now. So I've got my trimmer out here. I need to open the side arm up a bit, and we're going to trim the length down to 11, as I said. So just get that up to the 11 mark there. And you can use any sheet of paper that you have at all. So go and see what you have. It's only single-sided printed, which is absolutely perfect for what we want to do. And then on the other side, we want to take that down to 8 inches. So just making sure I've got that correct. All right. Okay, so you've got the base for what we need to do now. Okay, so what we're going to want to do now is I'm just going to turn this over because I want to put a score line straight down the middle. So working on the 8 inch length, and 8 inches is 20.4 centimeters. I'm actually going to cut that. So let's just do that. Don't need to score that. Right, scoring is going to happen the other way. Right, so with the scoring tool or knife or bone folder, I'm then going to score this at the 4 inch mark. So the 4 inch mark is 10 centimeters. And again, don't shove the point into it, just, you know, do that there. And then again, at the 8 inch mark. So we're going to do that, line that up with 8 inches. All right, so you've got 2 4x4s and then one that is 3 inches. Okay, so that's fine. This is where it's different to Julie's, but that's okay. Then we're going to take the other piece and do exactly the same. So you want one at the 8 inch mark you want to score. And then the other one is at the 4 inch mark. All right, so you've got 2 pieces of paper. We're done with this now. We've got 2 that are 4x4. You've got one that is 4x3 on 2 pieces of paper like that. The other piece of paper that you need to cut is a piece of paper which is 4x4 inches in a piece of scrap. And then I've got another little one that is 4 by 2 inches. Okay, so that's 10 by 5. Right, so that's what we need. Now, what we want to do is fold along these score lines. So just make sure that you match them up so they're nice and straight. Use your bone folder. And then again on this one here. And this is such a nice and easy project. Great for a little happy mail as well. So if you're wanting to do something really special and really quickly, I recommend it. And go and check out Julie's YouTube channel, which is Camelia Creations. So she's got some amazing videos for you to watch there, and such a lovely person. She always makes me smile. Right, so we've got these 2 folded now. I've got the short sides up at the top. So take your first piece of paper, your 4x4, 4x4 and 4x3. We're going to turn this one over like that. We've got the 4x4 here and the shorter piece at the top. And what I want to do is I want to stick that one down. Okay, now I'm not going to be doing a lot of inking on this, very, very little. But that of course is all up to yourselves and a personal choice, because it's nice and pastel. I'm quite liking the way it is. All right, now before we stick this down, we need to put in a couple of pockets and things. So what we're going to do is just over here I'm going to make a thumb tack, sorry. So I'm just using my 1.5 inch to do this. You could do this with any punch that you have that'll do the job, even if you have one of the tab punches, you know, one of these. This does a great job of that too. So use what you have. There we go. So this one is the 4x4 and we've got a 4x4 there. And I think what I need to do is rub out what I've got over here, because I can see it poking through. And you can even put a little bit of distress ink if you don't want it to be bright white. That would also work. Or you could just put a little piece in there. I mean, in fact, you could just stick that bit that I just chopped off in there as well. But, you know, with the pattern on. Right, so we're going to take this and we want to glue this down. You do not want to go straight up into the fold. Keep it away, otherwise, you know, just hair breadths away. So we want to just take our glue, and I'm using art glitter glue. And I have the same problem Julie had. I found that the art glitter glue has got very runny lately. So just keep it not right on the fold line and keep it a little bit away from the edge. Okay, now we're going to take this longer piece, the shorter bits there, and we're going to stick that down, just keeping it a hair breadths away from the fold line itself. Now before I press that down, I want to just check that on the back I've got it right, and I seem to have. So we can turn it over again. And how's that bending? It's not inhibiting it, so I'm happy with that. So you can press that all down. I'm just going to put a little bit of distress ink on there. Okay, so there's our first little pocket, and that's great. Now what I want to do over here with this piece, I've cut this 4x4, and ever so slightly I took a little sliver of a piece off two sides just to make it fit into this here. Without inhibiting it, and I might have to do more. I just want to see that closes nicely and that closes nicely, and if it does, then you're good to go. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a thumb tab over here, tack, tab, tack. All right, so we've got that bit off as well, and then just going to go like that. I have done the rest of that piece. All right, so then that's going to go over here. So again, I'm going to hold this down, and I want to just run a very thin bead of glue along here, here, and here, 3 sides. That's it. Okay, then we take our little pocket and we stick that down over there, and just a little bit further up, like that. All right, so there we go. I'm happy with that. You can go and ink around at the end. Okay, so we've got 2 pockets there now. Right, with this one over here, I am not going to make this a pocket. It's shorter, and this is where it's different to Julie's. So go and see how she does hers. I'm going to fold that just up to the fold line, like this. We're going to do that. I'm not making this a pocket like she did. I'm going to make this my little flap, and I'm going to just take a little bit of my ink. And I heard Rach saying we mustn't not ink because you never know who's never watched how to ink before. So today you're experiencing a little bit of me doing a little bit of an inking job as I go. Right, so I've got that all done. Now this is going to be my little flap that's going to fold down, and I want to put on a little closure here before I glue it down. So what I've done is I've taken a 1-inch circle punch and cut out a piece of card, scrap bit, and then a piece of scrappy paper. So it's a little bit of pink. I've made a hole with my pokey tool right in the middle there. And now I'm taking a brad. So this is just those normal 8mm brads. I'm going to just push that through the middle here like that. There we go. Hopefully I've done an okay job with the middle. And then the little legs are going to open up in a minute. So not quite yet. I'm just trying to get it right. Okay, and then in the center here, I'm going to just use my little spongy bit and get out that pokey tool again, which is the back of my spellbinder. I want to find the middle here, the middle. So it's 4 inches. You can just wing it. And that sort of looks where I need it, like that. Now it's not on that side that I need it, it's on this side here. So that's the bit we're going to fold down. So I think that's about the center. So I'm going to just put a little dot over there, put it onto my little sponge, and then I'm going to just put a little hole in there. Just forgot now, I had this other little piece of card, and really Julie did this, and I thought it was a good idea, is that you want to make sure that you reinforce the paper, this paper itself. So we're going to just stick this, use any scrap that you have. I'm going to just put it on the underside here. Just stick that down and then just make sure I've got the hole through there. That's going to just support your paper. Then you want to just put that brad through there. Brad's a bit fat, so make it a bit bigger. Get those 2 prongs through, and then just turn that over and then open those up. Now what I like to do is I like to take my bone folder and press it in the middle. It makes it as flat as possible. And that's fine. Now because I'm not using this as a pocket, I'm not going to cover that over, so I'm going to now just put glue all over this flappy bit like this. Right, I've got loads of teenagers in the park here today in front of me, because there's a college up the road, and they're having a bit of a party here, it seems, with loads of music, so I'm not sure if you can hear all the noise. I hope not. I've closed the windows. Right, I've stuck that bit down now, so that's nicely covered, and we've got our little bit to close on the top there. Right, so we've got a pocket there, we've got a pocket here, and I've just got one more pocket, so I'm going to turn this one up that way, and then I'm going to get that one stuck down. But I'm going to put a pocket in this way. So I'm going to just put the thumb tab this side, and then I am going to take my distress ink, and I'm using the vintage oxide because the oxides are lighter, well, vintage photo in oxide, which is lighter than the distress ink, and my preferred choice because I tend to use a lot of pastels. So that's a little bit of insight if you are wondering about why people use different things. So there we go. We'll just carry on down there as well. Okay. Right, so there's the top, there's the 2 pockets, here's the last one. We've just folded that flap, and then this is where the 2 inch by 4 inch piece of paper comes into play. And I'm just going to stick this down over here so that I don't have the white bit sticking out at the top of this pocket. So we only have 3 pockets in ours, where Julie had 5, but I'm quite happy with how this has all come together. You know, and different things for different purposes, so that's always good as well. Right, we don't need the pokey tool anymore, so we've got that bit there now. That bit is folded, so all I need to do is put a little bit of glue on the end here and a little bit of glue on this side. Make sure I get it right to the end there. And now we're just going to fold that back like that. So you've got an end there and an end there. Okay, so you've got a pocket over here. You've got a pocket over here and over here. All right, so that's looking great. So now we should be able to fold these up nicely, and again there's a bit of air in here, so I just want to make sure that I've got that nice and flat there. And then this bit as well. Now this bit, it does need to have a little bit of a, as Julie was saying, you need to sort of get an extra little bit going on here. So you want to just hold that where it needs to be, because you do have quite a few layers of paper here. I have used 160 GSM paper, and it's being stubborn as these things are when you're trying to get them to mold to your ways, you know. So I'm holding it here firmly now, and now I am going to just make sure that it's going to fold. And then the same with this. Right, so it does want to go a little bit over, which is fine. That's fine. Okay, so we've got that all like that. Now I've just got a few things to do, just a little bit of decorating, not too much. Really simple. I'm taking one of the sentiments from my ephemera kit, from my Spring Has Sprung ephemera kit. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. Beautiful. I'm going to just make it into a little pocket. So just putting some glue on the 3 sides here, like that. And I'm going to just put it here, just on this one here. There we go. And I just made, this is from those window envelopes we've been making. I kept the insides and just put on a few bits there and backed them onto some scrap my lacy paper. So very flat. I'm not putting any ribbons on because I don't want to make any bulk anyway. We'll come back to that in a moment. Then for these 3 pockets, I've cut out some squares which are 3.5 inches by 3.5. Now, as far as centimeters go, you're looking at 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters, there or thereabouts. I've just put on some quotes, and I've got Freckles Bunny over here, so New Beginning, love that. The First Blooms of Spring Always Make My Heart Sing by S. Brown, so love that. And then Cultivate Joy with Snowy over there. So I've just got those 3. I haven't put tabs on because we've got these thumb tacks over here, and this one could do with a little distressing. There we go. And then I'm going to take these 2 little cards, which you can journal some little notes or quotes on the back. Going to put those in there like that, and then we're going to stick these little cards into each one, so hopefully they'll fit. So you can easily pull them out. You don't need the tabs, so you could put lovely photos on the back. You don't have to put anything on the front. It's up to you. You could put a photo on the front and some journal notes on the back. Now this one tucks in this way, so we just want to get that tucked in there like that. All right, and then we can, if you wanted to, I had the little ducklings over here. I thought we could put that somewhere if you wanted to. I think if anywhere, I'll probably put it here. So let's just stick that down. It's just paper. So I hope I haven't bulked it up too much. Nothing like a little bit of ducklings here and there. So there we go. These are just, they come from my add-on kit. So there we go. So we've got our 3 little journal cards in there. 2 small ones there as well. You've got some pockets, some bits and pieces. We're just going to wrap that all up like that. This has become a little tubby. So what I'm going to do is I'm moving my ruler over slightly more, and I'm just going to make another little score line here just to ease it a bit. So when I fold that over, now the last thing I need to do is, I've got some cording here. I got this from Plum Boutique a while back, so I'm just going to take off a large bit. I'm going to do it this side. So Julie made a little knot there like this, and I quite liked your method, Julie. I've never done this like this before. And then she made a double knot. Have I made it long enough for a double knot? I hope so. Oh my gosh. I must say I thoroughly enjoyed that project. And there we go. We've got a double knot here now. Just to find myself a pair of scissors. Of course, they would be the longest ones I own. I think the other are lined by the sewing machine. Okay, so we've got that there. We've got this there. We've got our cards in. We're going to turn that over. We've now got our second score line, which is working very well. Like that. And then we're going to just wrap that around. Let's get it like that. Go around like that. Around like that. And like that. And there we have it. How cute is that? But there we have it. How cute is that? Tucked full of gorgeous little bits and pieces. Not very fat at all. And that's going to look absolutely stunning in our journal. So thank you, Julie, for that inspiration. And I hope that you all go over and show Julie some love over on her channel. Lovely projects. You're going to love her work. And give this a go, because, you know, I think this would make a fantastic little happy mail and cheap to post, even if it's somewhere else in the world. So I think you should go and give it a go, and you're going to love it in your own journal. We're going to put this in our spring journals as well. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Thank you everyone so much for following along with me. I hope you feel inspired. Have a fabulous day. The sun's starting to peek out here, so that's wonderful. And I'll see you very soon, later on in the week, with another little episode to share with you. So thanks again, everyone. Stay well and keep crafting. Bye-bye.